Hey guys, welcome to my channel, or hi if you're new. Today I'm going to do my November wrap up. I read 15 books in the month of November. I have my reading journal. Go over the stats with you guys. I read 15 books, which brought it out to page count 5,701 pages. I read 1 middle grade, 10 YA, 3 romance, and 1 adult. I had 3 5-star reads, 11 4-star reads, and 1 DNF. I read 8 of my own books, and then I read 6 borrowed books from the library. So, since it's going to be a semi-long, I'm not going to give you synopsises of each book. So, I'm just going to give you the books and the star rating. So the first book I read in November was Keeper of the Lost City by Shannon Messenger. I really enjoyed this. This was a 4.5-star read. And this is about a girl named Sophie, and she finds out she's an elf and her world gets turned upside down. And it goes from there. I enjoyed it quite a bit. The second book I read, I don't have with me because I borrowed it. I read A Forest of a Thousand Lanterns by Julia C. Dow. I gave that a 4 stars, and I enjoyed that one quite a bit. The third book I read was Tower of Dawn by Sarah J. Maas. I gave this a 4 stars. I buddy read this with Heather over at Pink Zebra Reads, and can't really say much because it's the 6th book. So, but all I can tell you is this follows a main character, one of the side characters in this series named Kale. So, that's all I can really tell you about this one. The other book I don't have with me is Vow of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. This is the second book to Dance of Thieves, which I read in October. Really enjoyed. I gave this one a 5 out of 5 stars. Then I'm rereading a series, and I read the first 5 books. So we'll get to those. I read Marked by PC Cast and Kristen Cast. This is the first book on the House of Night series. This follows our main character, Zoe Redbird, who gets recently marked by a tracker vampire, and she has to move to the House of Night in Tulsa, where she learns to become a fleetings vampires, and she takes classes and her world gets turned upside down. Then I read Rebel by Mary Lou. This is the 4th book in the Legend series, and yes, you do have to read Legend, Prodigy, and Champion before you read Rebel, because Rebel goes back and forth between the timelines of this new book and the last book, 3 books, and some characters we meet in the last 3 are joined in this one as well as new. Then, and I gave that 4 stars. I read the second book to the House of Night series, which is Betrayed. Also gave this 4 stars. The adult book that I read this month was Middle Game by Shannon McGuire, and I enjoyed it, although it was kind of confusing with the alternating timelines, but I gave that a 4 stars. Then I read Chosen by PC Cast and Kristen Cast. This is the 3rd book in the House of Night series. Really can't say much without spoiling anything on the rest of these books. So, then I read Heartstopper Volume 1 and 2, and I gave both of those 5 stars. Those were by Allison Olsman, and they were really cute. A lot of diversity. Trigger warnings for bullying in those books, so be warned. But I did enjoy them quite a bit. Then I read Untamed by PC Cast and Kristen Cast. This is the fourth book in the House of Night series. I gave that a 4 stars. Then I read Hunted, which is also by PC Cast and Kristen Cast. I gave this 4 stars. Then the last book I read, which I listened to on audio, which was the best way for me to go, was Zenith by Sasha Ellsberg and Lizzie Cummings, and I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed the audiobook. One, it's a full cast of characters, and the best way to go, this follows our main character, and Dormara, and she is the most wanted criminal, or was the most wanted criminal, and then her world gets thrown upside down when she goes home. So there's that. And then I have 3 books that I'm currently reading, which I'm going to share with you guys in just a second. So let's move all of these. So 3 books that I'm currently reading are Tempted by PC Cast and Kristen Cast. This is the 6th book in the House of Night series. I'm not very far in that one. I'm also kind of buddy reading this one. Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. Buddy reading this with a friend of mine. So there's that. And then I'm also buddy reading Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas. I'm buddy reading this with Heather over at Pink Zebra Reads. I think we're going to pick it back up on Monday. So we'll see. I'll let you guys know. That is all the books I read in the month of November. Let me know down below what you guys read. I would love to know. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.